The ultimate ugly stick test.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Peterson. If this is your first time here and you like big fish, boats, and cool gear, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. We got many more videos to come.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Brownells and Salt Life, for the gear. This is a 10-year simulated review. Really, it's 1 year on a charter boat, but we got 120 to 150 trips in this bad boy. So it's about the equivalent of a normal person fishing 10, 15 times a year for 10 years, I'd say. This rod broke in 1 year and 2 weeks. We've caught all kinds of fish with this thing. Red snapper, amberjack, cobia, Goliath grouper, sharks, grouper. We've slow trolled with these rods. We've done some high-speed trolling. That's eventually how it broke. We do lots of bottom fishing, you know, between 45 and 30 foot of water, between 4 and 12 ounce sinkers, usually between 40 and 80 pound Cast King braid is what we like to use. When we're trolling, we troll with, you know, Speed Pro 180s, Man's Stretch 40s. We troll with Nomad designs. They go down 50 feet. We trolled some Yozuris with these things. My favorite thing to troll is the Rapala X-Rap 30. I mean, we really put these things through the test. I mean, with the clients putting hooks on the eyelets. We tested them in the winter. You know, it is maybe down to 45, 35 degrees. We've had them in 95 degree summer heat. The only test we really haven't done is below freezing, just because it rarely gets below freezing here. These rods live outside for 1 year, unprotected, so this is an ultimate torture test for this thing. Often, when I say 100 trips, it might have been as many as 150. Often in the summertime, we do doubles. In the 100 days of summer, I'm booked every day. And I probably do doubles 20 or 30 times during that 100 days. The regular person, you know, like I said, isn't going to use these as much as we do. We only have 4 bottom fishing rods on the boat. And this rod has done double duty as a troller and a bottom rig, as like an alternate rod that I flip-flop between the two. This rod's been thrown out of the way dozens of times by clients that don't know any better. They've dropped them on the boat. My deckhand, which sometimes is my 14-year-old son, has dropped them out of my 26-foot twin V about 6-8 feet from the ground. You know, we only fish 4 to 5 people out of the boat, so these rods are constantly being used. 80% of the time we're fishing, these are being used. We don't troll a ton, but when we do, this one got used some of the time too. So I can't imagine a better longevity test for this rod. Ultimately, the ugly stick big water broke. We were trolling at the end of this snapper season, and I think the Nomad design lure is the one that broke it. We probably had no business putting that on there. It broke it here at the reel seat. It looked really funny. You know, it just, there's a big snap and a crack, and I was wondering what was going on because my deckhand is back there. And he said it broke, and he showed it to me. And, you know, unless you pick it up and bend it, it don't look like it's broke. But it's kind of comical. The only thing that I'll say that broke on this ugly stick big water was the little rubber grommet thing that held the reel seat cushion deal together, came off, which is really kind of just cosmetic. There's some corrosion, minor corrosion on the eyelets. Not one eyelet popped out. I've had the old Penn Senator rods, and they will often have those inserts pop out on you, especially when you're using braid and you get something big on. So yeah, I mean, this thing has been a really good rod. I still have 2 more on the boat. I bet you they're going to live longer. You know, it just, we used to abuse this thing, and that's what happens. But, you know, if we can't break it, nobody can. Again, we used and abused this thing. We had bigger line on it sometimes than it recommends. I think it says it's rated for 60 to 80 pound braid. It's definitely not meant for trolling, but, you know, I wanted to do an ultimate torture test for you guys. I didn't want to just go out there, fish with it 3 or 4 times, and then say this is the ultimate review of the test. Like, I put this thing through its paces. It got used, it got abused. We would give the kids these rods because they're virtually unbreakable, unless you're doing stuff like, you know, troll with high-speed trolling rulers. And I think this ultimately broke when we were going about 10 to 12 miles an hour. We got no business trolling with this at 10 to 12 miles an hour. But, like I said, I wanted to show you guys the longevity. I wanted to show you guys what the breaking point was with this. So I pushed my stuff, and you're going to see more and more product review videos of stuff I had on my boat. I'll give you maybe like, you know, my initial opinion of something if I have it out for 5 or 10 trips. But this was on the boat for over a year. I think it was 53.5 weeks before it finally broke. 120 to 150 trips.
If you have any more future suggestions for videos for me to do, put them in the comments below. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Salt Life, Brownells. If you believe that living a waterful life isn't something you just do for fun, but it's part of who you are, like, subscribe, and share that channel below so we can help inspire just that.